Well, exactly 4 p.m. East African time. Thank you so much for keeping it TV47. It's time for news now. We have lots lined up for you, so make sure that you keep it right here as I keep you posted. My name is Linda Alela, and the broadcast begins right away with this story. The National Police Service Commission has announced the implementation of the review of salaries for civilian and uniformed police. The Commission's chairperson, Eliud Kinothia, noted that with the review, police officers will receive an increment to their salaries. Inspector General Kome also stating that the increment will reflect in their payslip by Friday this week.
No one is going to remain at where his pay package was from 2020 to now. And I think the figures of the basic salary without the allowances, they are there. I always read the newspaper, you put them there. However, in generality, none is going to expect less than 1,000 shilling increment going above. And that is on the real minimum. So at least that's the much that I can. But when the tables, the IPPD is run, the officers will see what is there. On the higher, there will be also some ranks that will be getting as much increment as a good figure.
And now to a different story. The Cabinet Secretary for Sports, Babu Namwamba, appeared before the National Assembly. That is to shed light on how the conduct of his ministry in the recent outing by the Kenyan delegation to the Special Olympics Games held in Berlin, Germany in June 2023. While this and other matters strictly relating to the management of sports and arts in the country will be the main agenda, it is also expected that the CS will also be tasked to address several complaints and comments about irregular conduct by himself and his officials when on official duty. In fact, the embattled minister had earlier offered himself to appear before the parliament to address any and every concern over his personal and professional conduct in response to growing censure by a section of politicians and the public.
Awards for this team. That cash award, Honorable Speaker, is as follows. This team won 15 gold medals, 10 individual gold medals, and 5 team gold medals. 4 silver medals, 2 individual and 2 team. 5 bronze medals, 2 individual and 3 team. We, using the scale that the ministry has established over time, provided 750,000 shillings for every gold medal winner, 500,000 for every silver medal winner, and 300,000 for every bronze winner. I can assure this House, Honorable Speaker, that the ministry was fully represented at that ceremony by the Principal Secretary of the ministry responsible for the State Department of Sports, Engineer Peter Toom, who represented the ministry at that event. And as I've already indicated, Honorable Speaker, in that period, I was on assignment, out of town official assignment of the ministry. But I can assure you that even in my absence, and this ministry is not run as a one-man show, this ministry is run together with 2 principal secretaries, one of whom is accompanying here, The ministry is run with senior officers across the ministry, and we share responsibilities. I believe, Honorable Speaker, that this team was well handled, this team was well facilitated, this team was well received, and this team has been well rewarded for the excellent performance representing the country. Let me conclude on that particular question, Honorable Speaker, by confirming to this House that I have been available to receive Kenyan teams, to send off Kenyan teams multiple times. I've been at the airport to see off our rugby team. I have held receptions for our teams. When our team to Australia, to the World Cross Country Championship, left the country, I was on hand to flag them off. When they came back, I was on hand to receive them and to hold a reception for them. This I have done countless times, Honorable Speaker. The last one is our team that is currently competing at the Budapest World Athletics Championships. It is a team that I hosted. It is a team that I flagged off. And, Honorable Speaker, on the occasion of flagging off this team, they even raised issues on their allowances. And after consulting and looking at the scheme, which we have been revising, we were able to triple the allowances, the team that is currently in Budapest. Local allowances, we tripled from 1,000 per day to 3,000 per day. International allowances, we tripled from $60 a day to $200 a day. And that was done in the context, Honorable Speaker, of the reward scheme, which we have revised to improve our appreciation to our athletes. You saw when Faith Kipyegon broke the world record. In the context of that new scheme, we are able to award her 5 million Kenya shillings and a house worth 6 million Kenya shillings. We did the same to support Ferdinand Omanyala for his excellent performance in the African Championships in the 100 meters. Under the same scheme, Honorable Speaker, we held a ceremony a month ago called the Hongera Award Ceremony, where again we awarded different teams in different disciplines, including football teams, including legends, just to confirm that our commitment to...
Well, expect more updates as to that developing story. Now, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission investigators have raided the former Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya's home in Mabole, Butere, Kakamega County over corruption allegations. According to EACC official Emmanuel Arunga, Mr. Oparanya is accused of being involved in corruption cases between 2013 and 2022 when he was the governor of Kakamega County. The search, which lasted for about 3 hours, followed the search warrant by the Milimani court to search Oparanya's homes. The former county boss is accused of embezzling a total of 1.3 billion shillings, as well as violating procurement procedures of the county government. Oparanya's lawyer, Ken Echesa, says the search was illegal and did not follow procedure. The lawyer points out that his presence ought to have been allowed into the premises as the search was ongoing. Apart from Mabole, the officers also conducted a search in his Lukuyani and in Nairobi homes, where they seized some documents and machines to aid in the investigations.
Hawajanieleza chochote, hawajanipatia inventory yoyote. Wao wamechukua vile vitu ambavyo walikuwa wanavitafuta ama ambavyo wamekutana navyo kwenye nyumba ya gavana na wakaondoka. Maafisa wa usalama wana uhuru na haki ya kufanya msako popote iwapo koti imewaruhusu. Lakini koti kuruhusu maaskari kufanya msako sio kwamba imepeana ruhusa ya kufanya chochote ama ya kukiuka sheria. Kwamba nilikuwa nimeelezwa na mteja wangu nifike hapa mapema alipopata habari kwamba wamewasili, ilikuwa vema kwamba wangeturuhusu ama wangeniruhusu kama wakili wake kuwa kule kwenye nyumba wanapofanya msako, na hata baada ya kukamilisha msako wangeniruhusu kama wakili wake kuona vyeti ama vifaa ambavyo vimechukuliwa kutoka nyumba kwake, na pia wangeniruhusu baada ya kudurusu yale makaratasi yao, ile inventory, japo kuna idhini ya mahakama, ni msako ambao umefanyika na kutekelezwa kinyume na sheria.
Sasa wakaanza kupakua nyumba. Sasa tungesuia, kwa sababu pia walikuwa wamechukua masimu zetu zote waliweka kando. Hata tujaribu kupigia gavana mwenyewe hatukuweza kupata simu ya kupiga. Hata simu ikifika ya mfanyakazi mama mwenye hapo walikataa.
We've conducted the search peacefully, we've finalized and we are going. We've given them the order, we've given them the inventory, and everything is done well above board. All right.
And we now cross over to Integrity Center, where the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission is hosted, and our very own political affairs reporter Apollo Kamau on standby to give us more updates as to that story. Apollo, if you can hear me, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This afternoon, former Kakamega County Governor Wycliffe Oparanya is currently being grilled by EACC detectives inside there over misappropriation of 3.1 billion shillings when he served as the governor of Kakamega. He was arrested this morning together with one of his wives. According to the information that we have received so far from his lawyer, Dunstan Omari, his homes in upcountry here in Nairobi have been also ransacked, and they did protest, or Dunstan Omari did protest the manner at which police conducted the raid in his various homes. But at the moment, as we speak, we had Azimio Coalition Principal Mother Karua making her way in. We also had other Azimio senators and MPs who are protesting here a while ago because they had been denied access to be able to meet the governor and understand what is going on. But after much protest outside here, we saw EACC communication official Yassin Mohammed come outside, get them, escort them in, and therefore as we speak, the session is currently ongoing. But to Azimio MPs who spoke to us a while ago, this is not about corruption. This is about political witch hunt. And this coming ahead of the president's visit in the Kakamega region starting this weekend, they are reading politics in the whole arrest and the manner in which the whole process is going on. So far, we don't know how long this will last, how the grilling will last, but going by previous presidents' tradition, it could take a few more hours, maybe up to 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock this evening. EACC are yet to say how long this will take place, but at the moment, it's something which is going on behind those doors at the EACC.
And you can be rest assured that Apollo Kamau will work on the details of that story to keep you up to tabs. But away from it, bank trafficking suspect Nancy Kigunzo will spend 5 more days at the Muthaiga police station to allow prosecution lawyers conduct investigation of her drug trafficking affair. And delivering this bail ruling at the JKIA Law Courts this morning. JKIA Law Courts presiding magistrate Angela Onjeri Thuku ordered Muthaiga OCS to ensure that the businesswoman, also known as Madhe Wangara, gets medical treatment before 28th August, when the matter will be mentioned again. The magistrate also ruled that the other suspect, Teresia Wanjiru, be held for 5 more days pending investigations. Wanjiru will also appear before the court on the 28th August 2023.
To my mind, the trial court did not exercise its discretion wrongly. The order cannot be said to have been irregular or unlawful. In any event, the period within which the applicants were ordered to be held is over. They should be presented to court forthwith to take plea. The upshot is that the application lacks merit and is hereby dismissed. It is so ordered. Determination. For the reasons above, this court finds that the applicant's notice of motion dated August 22nd, 2023 is merited and the prayers granted are as follows. Number 1, the respondent hearing is to be held for a period of 5 days so as to enable the investigating officer to complete investigations. B, the respondent will be detained at Muthaiga Police Station. C, the matter will be mentioned on August 28, 2023 for further orders. It is so ordered. These are the orders of the further orders of the court. So the respondent will be given access and allowed to take her medication. Number 1. Number 2, the OCS Muthaiga Police Station to ensure the respondent is escorted to hospital. I want to emphasize this, for treatment before the mention on 28th of August 2023.
Now, in an effort to combat crime in Kwale and Mombasa counties, several youth groups have received various commercial products from the social organization Samba Sports Initiative via the Shared Future Project. These products are aimed at getting the youth off the streets so that they can develop themselves in life while avoiding cases of insecurity and drug use. The director of that organization, Mohamed Mwachausa, has said that the 2.5-year project aims to change the lives of approximately 350 young people who are facing the challenge of unemployment.
Sasa pembejeo kama hizi ambapo kwamba tumeletewa na Samba Sport Agenda, kitu cha mwanzo itasaidia swala kama hilo la idleness litatoka, kwa sababu ukiangalia katika mradi wetu sisi kama Fikra Youth Group tumeletewa waviti na project yetu kwa ujumla ni ya event organizing. Sasa event kama ile itasaidia wale vijana ambao kwamba walikuwa katika yale mambo, wao watakuwa wako busy.
Wengine wanafikiri kwamba maskani ndipo mahali ambapo vijana wanaanza kutumia mihadarati, labda maskani ndio kuna mshawasha wa kuleta mimba za mapema, labda maskani ndio pahali pa kuleta mshawasha wa magenge. Kwa hivyo sisi, endapo hizi tabia ambazo kwamba si nzuri zinaaminika kutoka pale, ndio tumeenda pale pale maskani ili tukawapate na tuweze kuwageuza kutoka zile sehemu ambazo ulimwengu nadhani ndipo mahali.
Now, the county government of Kilifi has launched a thorough investigation over gross procurement misconduct claims following public complaints of misdeeds in the procurement department at the county. During a press briefing by the acting county secretary Martin Mwaro, the county has established an investigative committee that will look into the public claims and consequently suspend senior procurement officers for 90 days to pave way for the investigations. Now, the investigation committee, which will be led by County Executive Committee, that is CEC Member of Health and Sanitation, Mr. Peter Mwarogo, will compile an investigative and investigate all the public claims and submit the report to the Governor Gideon Mung'aro in the next about 60 days for further action.
We have received information of concern from members of the public pointing to possible non-compliance with principles guiding the ethics and integrity of public officers in respect to officers attached to the procurement function. Following receipt of this adverse information, a committee has been appointed to receive, document, analyze, and report to His Excellency the Governor any allegations regarding public officers who may have been involved in non-compliance with national values and principles of governance, as well as values and principles of public service. This committee will be constituted as follows: Mr. Peter Mwarogo Samuel, the CC Member for Health and Sanitation Services, will be the chairperson. Catherine Kenga, CC Member